Okay, so I've arrived up here to begin our coverage on 5 pillars of the key by-election in Manchester. It's the seat of Gorton and Denton. Now, I've spent the day at Longsight Market, which is a very well-known area with strong Muslim presence. There's a lot of Muslim businesses around there. The market itself boasts a large Muslim customer base, and it's a key part of the local community action here in the area. So this is one of several parts of the constituency where the Muslim vote is going to be quite key. Now, my first impression is obviously there is a major push to try and get Muslims, along with other left-leaning, anti-Labour voters, to swing towards the Greens. And there's been a real effort by left-wing parties like the Your Party not to split the vote on the left. However, it's very clear from what I've seen that there is a strong loyalty or a sense of loyalty to the Labour Party. So this has historically always been a Labour stronghold seat, and the Muslim community here clearly is used to voting red. And already I've seen shops and businesses putting up the Labour banners on shop windows. So clearly that's something which the Green Party are going to, that's one of the many challenges that the Green Party are going to face, is breaking into this community, ridding them of old habits, possibly even some vested interests there as well among the community leadership, and stop them from voting Labour and getting them to vote for a new alternative, which the Greens hope will be them. The fact is that the Muslim vote here will be key. If they're going to beat both high-flying reform and also the Labour Party, who are traditionally dominant here in this seat, the Greens have to find a way of piercing into this community, of waking people up and changing hearts and minds.
It's an existential threat. They want to make me and people like me first invisible and then eliminate us altogether. It's because what happened in Gaza is a future they envision for all people of the global south. You know, not just Muslims, of course, we're just at the thin end of the wedge. After us will come everyone else. And their vision is rooted in white supremacy. It's a concept that's old men have brought over from the old ways. And yeah, they're a serious threat. They've said so. So when people tell you what they're about, believe them.
And the Green Party, frankly speaking, have some baggage, because I think when Muslims and when other groups, minority communities who are socially conservative, for example, when they look at the Greens, they're used to seeing them as very socially liberal on a lot of issues which religious communities find uncomfortable. But clearly the fear of reform and the threat that Reform UK poses to the Muslim community is one that Muslims are taking very, very seriously.
I can understand anti-Muslim hatred, because when you see Muslim terrorists, when you see a government that's trying to impose Sharia law, when you see Muslim rape gangs...
The government's not trying to impose Sharia law. That's utter rubbish.
No. This culture coming into this country, and it is the culture of Islam, who have absolutely no regard for the value of women.
And I actually think we need a law that explicitly says that no one can conduct in any walk of life in the United Kingdom Sharia law, because that is where this is heading, and it's really bad news.
There is clearly an appetite to find a new home from Labour, so many Muslims in this country right now are feeling politically homeless. It's up to the Greens to find a way of appealing to those disenfranchised Muslim voters, to finding a way to put the sticking points, the obstacles which have stopped Muslims voting Green in the past, to perhaps change their mind and to get them to vote Green this time around, at least in this constituency where the Greens have been pitted by all anti-Labour, anti-reform forces as being the main players in town, which everyone wants to get behind.
Ultimately, look, no party's ever going to represent you 100%. For example, me. If I had a party that represented me purely, it'd be called the Faisal Raza Khan Party, and it'd have a membership and a voter base of just one. So we have to understand and grow up. We have to mature. The people who are not willing to, put aside whatever personal issues they're trying to resolve, they need to understand, look, there's a bigger picture here.
Can the Greens convince Muslims to vote for them in this area? Can they break the stranglehold that Labour has had on this community and convince people to go Green? Can they take on both Reform UK, who are flying high, and pierce into their support base in perhaps the white working class community that they're targeting, whilst also undermining Labour at the same time to come out on top? It's going to be a tough ask, but certainly from what I can see from the demographics and from how the community and the vote may fall, the Muslim vote is going to be incredibly key to unlocking the potential that the Greens may have of winning this seat.